Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Welcome back.
So, guys, we are enjoying some snowfall right now. It's coming down big time.
Some. There's a lot.
Yeah. And meanwhile, it's snowing where we are. We have a strong earthquake that strikes off of Taiwan. And this one was originally called a 6.2 and then later downgraded to a 6.1. And this one did cause buildings to shake in Taipei. And, thankfully, no injuries have been reported.
We are so grateful for that.
We are. And, it's getting busier out there during our meditation and mantra session. I felt like I was back in Nevada, honestly, because I was just sensing the earth movement.
Well, you're getting so sensitive, too, and that's happening to more and more people.
It's been something that's been building in me going back to when I was in Ohio, like back in 2014, 2015, when I was doing a lot of QiGong out in the woods. And I would make sure I was doing it with my bare feet, connecting to the earth, and then I could actually feel the heartbeat of the earth just pulsating. And that was a wonderful, wild experience of oneness.
Yes, I would imagine that is. And it is beautiful. I've done that, too. Yeah, barefoot too. It is beautiful.
So that's helped to increase the sensitivity. And I know, a lot of people will say things like, how could you really feel that? Well, it just takes a lot of work, really, and it takes perhaps work in other lifetimes. So before we look at the U.S. over here, let's jump over, and we see the one over in Taipei, and we have a couple others close by. So here's the 6.1, and then we have this one at 4.9 and one right below at 4.9 as well. And when we look a little bit lower, we see it's getting active. And a lot of people, are expecting that there's going to be bigger ones as well. We see a 6.0 here south of the Kermadec Islands as well. And then a 5.9 over at Tonga. Now the Tonga one is 10 kilometers depth, and the 6.0 over here by the Kermadec Islands is 82.7 kilometers.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, it's, again, the energies that come in when we get these, waves, these cosmic energies, the neutrinos pass through everything. They pass through everything. And, of course, it's going to interact with the interior of the planet.
Okay, so the neutrinos, they run through everything and they cause disruption?
Well, they just affect everything. I mean, they're energy.
Okay.
So, and they're tiny, minute particles. And they pass through us all the time. So they pass through our body. Like, today wasn't really a reason for both of us to feel just kind of a little tired, and so I think that was part of the energy. And then you got from the guides, just take it easy today.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And no hiking, although I love it when the snow comes out. I want to get out there and hike.
And that goes for the rest of you guys too. Do take it easy today because the energies we're getting upgrades. It's important that we rest.
So, is this 6.0 connected to this 6.1, 6.2? It very well could be, because this is the normal flow of energy coming on down through here. From everything that Dutch has taught us, it's really easy to, kind of wonder what's going to come next and kind of answer ourselves. So, here you might end up seeing the energy transfer over across the plate and either on the ridge or maybe manifest over right here off the coast or along the line of South America. You might see something of a very similar size. Or perhaps it'll come back down towards Antarctica and something manifest over here, again, of a similar size. There's been a lot of just curious quakes, and this is not big, but still, this one's northeast of Atlanta, 2.2.
Yeah, could that one be an underground thing?
0.9 kilometers is not very deep. So, yeah, I mean, you'd almost expect, it being a quarry blast or something. I don't think there's any fracking over in this area. Like, so much of the time, if you look at the Oklahoma quakes, or even the ones that we'll get over in Colorado or along northern New Mexico, a lot of times, you just zoom in and there's a fracking well right there.
Yeah, I know, that's sad.
It is sad because it's poisoning the water. And wish more people would speak up about that as well. So the quake activity, something to keep an eye on. Feels like we're going to see some bigger ones coming. If not today and tomorrow, most definitely I think we'll see some big ones by the 21st with that big conjunction.
Definitely. Yeah, right before, during, and shortly after.
And what goes with the earthquakes is, the volcanic activity as well. So we see explosive activity resumes at Kermadec volcano, and the aviation color code's red. And this is in Russia. This is off of Kamchatka Peninsula. So you have ash explosions from 16,400 to 23,000 feet. Could occur at any time. And we also have increased activity at Sakajirima in Japan as well. Ooh, it's got that air of like building. And we see again, Australia gets incredible lightning storms. More than 200,000 lightning strikes cause damage and outages. And this is in the Mackay region in Australia.
Now that is beautiful.
It is beautiful for sure. Can be dangerous, of course. So they said that they recorded more than 76,400 lightning strikes in Mackay and nearby areas in a 62-mile radius, 100-kilometer radius, and other spots as well. Racked up major numbers. We're talking about increased energy, increased plasma, increased everything.
Right, yes, we are definitely.
And the CME impact detected. G3 strong geomagnetic storm watch remains, but confidence is diminishing. So, geomagnetic sudden impulse, CME, produced by a long duration 7.4 C7.4 solar flare on December 7th was observed, as we know. And, yet so far, no major issues that we know of as far as, big outages, things like that, disruptive events. And hopefully we won't get that.
We want everybody to be safe. We don't want anything major.
No, but at the same time, you can just feel, and maybe we're also sensing just a lot of the geopolitical too, overlapping. The geopolitical situation obviously is starting to really ramp up as, again, more and more stuff is getting uncovered, guys. It's just totally uncovered. And the great splitting, the great fracturing, however you want to put it, is pretty much upon us now.
And tomorrow is a pretty important day, isn't it? Tomorrow, where they have to have everything in.
No, it's not tomorrow. We have the 14th as a key date.
Okay.
And then like January 6th as well. Yeah, I'm watching that like a hawk. Okay. And look at these guys taking a break. Look at how much snow. I mean, they've shoveled a lot of it off. They still got more to go on the roof there. And it looks to be over 6 foot tall.
Yeah, thank goodness they can get it off their roof.
Yeah, this is an Austrian ski resort. And, record-breaking snowfall. And boy, do we got snow coming down. We had thunder and lightning, too, which was very interesting, because you don't get that so much in the area. But it does happen. And astronomers detect gigantic X-ray bubbles stretching out above and below the Milky Way.
They're finding more and more stuff.
Yeah, a new survey of the sky and the X-ray spectrum captured hitherto unseen but incredibly large structures hiding in plain sight of the Milky Way and beyond. Hiding in plain sight. I love that line. I mean, there's so much hiding in plain sight geopolitically, for instance.
That's the name of the game.
Oh, man. As well as our hidden history. The structures in question are giant bubbles composed of X-rays emanating from the galactic center and extending beyond, both above and below the galactic plane. They are so big they dwarf the Fermi bubbles of gamma radiation humanity has already observed. The findings were made by a team of astrophysicists led by Peter Pranic of the Max Planck Institute for Extraterrestrial Physics in Germany. And can you imagine when they finally come out and tell us something like, oh, well, yeah, we do have, bases on Mars and stuff, and, there's the extraterrestrial express you could catch every Monday at 3 p.m., and it'll take you to Mars by like 3:30.
Yes, and by the way, there's hybrids up there and everything.
Yeah, I just can't wait till this all comes out, and
Yeah.
I think it's not too far away, really. And I know there's those that doubt we'll ever get a confirmation, even when we have them walking amongst us in plain sight.
Well, some people might not want to see a confirmation.
Well, yeah, because it could break their paradigm.
Yes.
That's true. So in 2010, the Fermi Gamma Ray Telescope spotted the so-called Fermi bubbles, structures filled with hot gas and magnetic fields. And that gas is not necessarily circling Uranus. Sorry, weak attempt there.
Yes, yes.
So the magnetic fields, which give off telltale gamma radiation that extend nearly 30,000 light years in each direction. Leading theories suggest these bubbles are the result of past activity in the galactic center, but no one knows exactly what that might have been. Many speculate it could be caused by a massive cluster of starbursts taking place almost simultaneously, or perhaps even a temper tantrum from a supermassive black hole, which has since subsided. With this as a backdrop, the recent discovery of these massive X-ray bubbles may allow the scientific community to hone in on the source of both types of bubble. The X-ray bubbles were spotted by the eRosita, an X-ray telescope on board the Spectre RG Space Observatory, which had previously beamed back a handy galactic map of the Milky Way that captured numerous objects humanity had never witnessed before. And for me, when in doubt, I always go by the axiom, as above, so below, as within, so without, because again, we live in a fractal holographic universe. That's a projection of a different reality. At least that's what more and more scientists are beginning to believe, and what the Eastern mystics knew all the time.
Right, and they know how to understand the as above, so below parallels too. It's really cool.
So, I mean, think about when we're looking at these massive powerhouses pushing out gamma radiation, and as we know, gamma radiation can turn Bruce Banner into the Hulk,
Yes.
right? So, it causes mutations, it causes change, it causes evolution, and yeah, there was actually somebody that actually made a comment, I think, on one of the recent videos, there is no evolution. It's like, of course, everything is energy. Energy can't be created or destroyed. It just changes forms. Everything changes constantly. You're changing, I'm changing, we're all changing. Everything is evolving, changing, growing, and mutating into other things.
And it's a beautiful, wonderful, glorious thing.
And so, when you think about these powerhouses of energy, it makes me think of mitochondria inside a cell. Because the mitochondria is the energy producing area inside a cell. And when we even look at our entire galaxy and our entire universe, they're all basically just as we are, individual cells in something much bigger.
They sure are, and it's a really interesting concept. And when you can grasp it and do grasp it, it's great.
It is. And, knowledge will free you.
It will.
Sometimes it will perplex you.
It sure will.
As always, guys, we want to thank everybody that's supporting us on Ko-Fi and also on Patreon, as we've had some new Patreons. So we just want to do a little quick shout out.
We do want to say thank you to Monkey Tricks, Kathy Scott, and Benjamin. You guys, thank you so much. It means the world to us. Thank you.
We appreciate it. We couldn't do it without you guys. As always, God bless and namaste.
Namaste.